Hello everyone. Today I want to show you affinity estimation. It's a simple way to estimate user stories and features. When a team has to refine user stories, that means add details, get shared understanding, and size those user stories. They can use a technique called estimating poker, or they can use a table like this. This is called affinity estimation. I am using mural.co, but there are many other tools online that you can replicate this, or even, for example, Rally or other tools. They have this affinity estimation built in within the tool. So let me walk through how to do this. And you can do this when the team is co-located or dispersed online. If it's online, you can use, for example, mural.co, and everybody has access. So what you want to do, you want to create columns from XS, which is extra small, and then small, medium, large, and extra large. Anything bigger than extra large, like XXL, is something that needs to be split. Doesn't fit in one sprint if you're using a 2-week cadence. Okay, and on the left side you have the backlog of all user stories. Again, all features, because you can do that. This affinity estimation for features too. So the idea is to use those t-shirt sizing, and those t-shirt sizing, each one corresponds to a 1 Fibonacci number. So XS is a 1, and S is a 2, etc. Okay? So you can translate those t-shirt sizing into numbers really quick. The reason to use t-shirt sizing, because we don't think about absolute numbers, right? Our mind gets into relative estimation much easier than if we start using numbers and comparing and saying, oh, a 3 is 3 hours or a 3 is 3 days. No, forget about that. It's just purely relative estimation. So that's why you can even hide the numbers on top so nobody can see those. You can just hide those, and then the Scrum Master can translate t-shirt sizing to numbers. All right. So the first thing is agree, as a team, agree on the smallest story. I call that the mouse. Find the mouse. So I have a bunch of user stories here to build a website to purchase books online. And for example, I did my my work here, but I will ask the team, which one do you think is the smallest user story and why? So I'm going to choose this one, which is a shared page. This is when, for example, you are a user is looking at a book, for example, and the user wants to share that book, the link, with somebody else. So it's just a matter of clicking on the shared link, and then a form shows up. You fill in the data, your email, the other person's email, and a short message. Okay, and that is sent to that person. It's just sharing the page, something that is very common in many websites. Okay, then I ask the team, which of these stories you think is the largest one, or one of the largest one? Meaning, the team can complete it within one iteration, but it's going to be, big enough for just one iteration. So they look at this and they say, well, advanced search, that's probably one of the biggest one. And somebody else may say, well, yeah, that one, but how about this? They compare books. It's also a big one. Okay, that's fine. Then you can take one or two if both are Excel. So compare books and advanced search. Okay, and when we do this, we talk about the user story. So what is advanced search? Advanced search means that if I want to search for the book, as soon as I start typing, the website will prompt recommendations based on whatever I'm typing. And compare books is about choosing up to 3 or 4 books, for example, and then do a comparison in based on the type of book, or the price, or the content, or the ratings, etc. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to ask each team member, each person, to take a user story from the pile, from the backlog, read it out loud, and then assign it to a column. So imagine I'm a team member and I take the recommend book, and I say, I think recommend book, it's a medium. All right. Okay. And I'll tell you why. Because recommend a book, it's very similar to share a page, but it has to be from a member that is already logged in. It's part of the community. And it has to include some comments and some ratings. So for example, if I have not read the book, I cannot recommend that book. It's not the same as sharing the page. Okay. So the next team member goes, right? And that person can either change the last card or choose another one. So the next team member comes along, and this can be done again, online with a board like this. And the next member will say, I'm going to take this edit card, and that's gonna be a large one. And why? Because yes, we do have the card already, right? And the APIs, but edit a card means to create a new page, pull all the information, update, etc. Okay, perfect. Now, next team member says, well, I don't think edit a card it's a large. I think it's a medium, because we already have a template that we can use. So that's going to be much easier. Okay, good. And the next one comes along and so on. So for example, sort books by author. Somebody might say that's a small, right? Because we already have the logic and so on. So, okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just put these things here one by one. All right. Yeah. Okay. So that's what they do. Oops. I guess this one stays here. Okay. All right. It's attached to the line. Sorry. I can move that one. That's fine. So that's how they estimate. And then the Scrum Master can translate those teacher sizing into Fibonacci numbers. Again, anything that is larger than an XL, like XXL, or even bigger than that, should be split. And that's probably another video. So again, this is called Affinity Estimation. You can do it on a whiteboard if you're co-located. You can use a tool. Microsoft also has some tools that you can use if your organization uses Microsoft. Or else do a search, and I'm sure there are many other pages, websites out there that can offer this. But this is called Affinity Estimation. Thank you.